Biddies, how are you? I am surprised I am here. Why? Because I didn't think I just got home an hour ago and I had to eat and I had to do all of the things for the show because didn't do that over the weekend like I normally do. I took the weekend off. It was my birthday weekend. Um, so I just did on yesterday's show, I just did yesterday's. But I got today's and Friday's and I won't be here tomorrow because got a better offer, got an appointment, and wrong Christmas shopping together, which is always fun. Oh, you know what? I didn't do everything. I did not do everything. I had to do this. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was forgetting something. Oh well, none of us are perfect, right? I'm certainly not perfect. Looks like it's going to be pretty light today. All in all. Yeah. I got on here a couple minutes early, so it's okay. It's okay that I don't know what I'm doing, isn't it? Do any of us really know what we're doing? I don't think so. I mean, even the best among us make mistakes, right? We're all just trying to get along as best we can. And sometimes things get in the way. I know my life has been a mess this year, so hoping that it gets better next year. I'm really, really hoping for a better year next year. Oh, I did that wrong. And it went in the wrong spot. Growl. Growl. Woohoo! Okay. How is everyone today? Because obviously I am well, running around with the chicken on the head cut off. Have you ever actually seen that? Because I have. Yeah, I'm a farm girl. Did you not know? It's the reason I don't like to go outside. It's scary out there. Oh, okay. Sure I have everything. I don't need that. I don't need that. Okay. The link is in the description to the Rebecca Park Act. Please go sign it. I believe the goal is 100 signatures by the end of this month, because the author is going to go talk to a legislature at the end of this month, the beginning of next month. I think she has an appointment on Christmas or on New Year's Eve. So please go do that. Tell your friends if you're in Michigan to do that. Anybody that lives in Michigan that you know, please tell them to go and sign that petition. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think it's a good petition. I think we really, really need it. Need something to protect adult children of abusers. I think everybody would agree with that. Do that. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we're going to start with Balin out loud. As we left, Balin and Colin were on their way to see the doctor. Balin says she has some serious concerns and then ticks, I have a 9-inch penis, and Colin quips, that's a serious concern. And they both laugh, which is nice. I like how he can make light of her ticks without like picking at her, like not picking on her, but just like making light of it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing for Balin. Balin wants others at her appointments because she forgets things, and I think that's important always when you have something actually going on. I mean, if you're just going in for a minor routine or checkup or whatever, you don't really need that. But when you have a serious concern, you should have other people with you because you will miss things or you'll misinterpret things or my husband's good about misinterpreting things. It's like that's not what that guy said. That is not what he said. And he's getting worse. That's concerning. Um Balin is concerned about her weight gain, of course. And the doctor tells her that the serotonin boosters block satiety receptors. So you'd think you're hungry when normally you wouldn't think you were hungry. She recommends GPL-1 agonists, which are like Ozempic and Wegovy and that kind of thing for her. Balin says parts of her hands are numb and she thinks it's from hitting herself. She apparently hits herself in her chest and she bangs her heads on the back of her head on doors and the front of her head on tables, which can't be good for you. Sounds awful. Colin says it's pretty hard to watch, and I can imagine that it would be. All he can do is stand by and make sure she doesn't really hurt herself. I don't know. You know those little helmets that kids wear? Maybe she needs one of those. Maybe she just needs a helmet. The doctor says that the numbness is from weight gain and it's hot outside, so she's swelling, and she thinks it's just pinching the nerves in her hand. It's not from the hitting herself, which I hope she's right. She's a neurologist, so she knows how those things work. And that if that's the most obvious answer, that's the most obvious answer. Like I have a tumor on my leg, and it's apparently a tumor that most women get. Most women get this. It's what causes the cankles. It's not your ankle swelling. It's this little tumor thing, lymphomia or something like that, lymph something. But mine's just big. Mine's just like ginormous, and the doctor's like, it's not cancer. It's not going to turn into cancer. Most women get it. My sister has it. I have it on both ankles. She has it on both ankles. One's just bigger than the other. And he says that he doesn't want to do anything about it because he doesn't want to make it worse by cutting a nerve because it's going under a nerve in my foot. And if he cuts that nerve, then a whole part of my foot will be numb. So we're not going to do anything about it. And that's okay. I'll just live with cankles. They mentioned the new pulse to the doctor, and she seems really proud of it. They ask how they can get it, and she says, you have to go to the UK. You can't get it here. It's a non-invasive device. Why can't we get it here? It doesn't make any sense at all. It's crazy. It's literally crazy. Colin brings up his pregnancy issues, and the doctor says that the meds that Balin is on are fine for pregnancy. And there are a lot more medications that are fine for pregnancy than you would think. They just are too atomically big to pass the barrier. That's the blood placenta barrier. So, and even more that you can breastfeed with because they metabolize and they're just not there to cause problems. Nicotine is a weird one because it turns into something else before it gets to the breast milk. So, and that's why it's not recommended to smoke while you're pregnant because I can't remember what it turns into, but whatever it turns into is not good for the baby. So you should not smoke and breastfeed if you can possibly not. Why is this doing this? I don't like it when it does this. This device needs to update again. I can't get the bottom to go away. I hate that. I really, really do. I hate it when my bar won't like go down. I don't like looking at it. Okay, so there are a lot of barriers to the UK trip. Money, of course, because they're saving all the money for the wedding and the wedding stuff. So still got to plan for the wedding. So money, planning for the wedding. Balin doesn't even have a passport. Balin has anxiety around flying. Colin's fear. Wait, what? Colin's fear of flying. He seems to think that planes just go poof over the water. They don't. It's just that you hear about every one of them that does. Makes it sound worse than it is. And Colin, honey, you're not going anywhere near the Bermuda Triangle. It'll be okay. Oh, so yeah. Um, where did that go? Oh, okay. Valen goes to pick up her dogs from her parents' house, and while she's there, her brothers are going to help her with her golf swing because she has to go golfing with Colin. She asks about hand placement, and her brother says, "I don't know." And she's like, "How do you not know? You golf all the time." He says, "I'm just naturally good at everything I do." That's going to bite him in the butt someday. That amount of confidence is never good. Valen says you need endurance to golf well. This was in a talking head. Um, then she describes what endurance is, and her brother tells her that's consistency, not endurance. And the younger brother asks what endurance is, and the older one says he doesn't know. Sometimes I think these are not the smartest, not the brightest bulbs, not the brightest bulbs in the box. So she tells her parents about Colin's flight anxiety, and her dad says, "Isn't he in the Air Force? Why would you go into the Air Force if you're afraid of flying?" It does seem kind of counterproductive, doesn't it? Um, so one of the parents is like, "Well, should the mom?" I think was like, "Well, should I go?" And I honestly, I think one of the parents needs to go too, especially if Colin has anxiety about flying and Balin has anxiety about flying. It's not going to be a good situation. And Balin needs more than just Colin sometimes. Uh, Balin is going to go. Balin goes to get her passport, and the passport office is in the library, which seems really weird because libraries are not federal buildings. Um, well, I guess there are non-federal, not a federal government or local government building. It's a library, which seems weird to me. Ours are. We can go get passports at the post office, or we can go to the county clerk, which is a municipal government, not a library. So I find that really strange. That's in a library. That just seems weird to me because it's like not the quietest thing to do. Getting your passport's not very quiet. They have to take your picture and everything. So silence is apparently a tick trigger. Balin doesn't like the library or museums, movie theaters, and churches, or any place that's quiet. So golf doesn't sound like a good idea for her to be going on. The passport lady is awesome. She's perfect. Kudos to her. She completely ignores Balin's ticks. Balin, when she gets her picture taken, she says, um, "I have Tourette syndrome. Can you count down so I can be prepared?" And she's like, "Yeah, no problem." And she does. And other than she's standing there saying, her bald tick. She's got her bald tick about bald guys. She always points out the guy's bald. She can't help it. Um, she complains at part of them that she's the loudest person in the library, and she probably is. And then Balin says she'll never be back. It's too much. And then she says she probably will be back when she has kids. And then ticks, F them kids. And then she says, "Oh my God, what did I just say?" Um, yeah, sometimes even Balin's appalled at her own ticks. Her mother gets really appalled sometimes. Uh, so the parents are talking and they're considering giving Balin the money for the UK trip. And it comes out that they're a one income family. So why doesn't Julie have a job? Her youngest kid is 12. She should be working. She could be paying for, you know, all of the things. I don't have a job, but I don't have a job for reasons. And I'm going to start full in retirement in about a year from now. Well, Social Security. I'll be on Social Security, fixed income. uh, so the parents are considering giving the Balin money for the UK trip, but they have to figure out how they can afford it. So then they decide that they all want to go to the UK with Balin. Julie doesn't want to invite herself to go along, which is, reasonable. That's good that she doesn't want to come off as inviting herself. But if you're paying for it, are you really inviting yourself? Alan says to couch it like they're inviting Balin and Colin to go with them to the UK. He suggests making a family trip of it and taking everybody, and that sounds like a really good idea. At least the boys. I don't think the other girls are going to go, but so they can work it out. Everyone can get something out of the family vacation medical trip. It's a family vacation medical trip, which seems cool. I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all. If you have to go anyway, you might as well make a vacation out of it and slip in some medical stuff in there. It's better than grifting everybody. And yeah, this is a specific person, specific family. It's better than grifting everyone and then having all of your stuff go to somewhere you don't live. All your medical stuff to go somewhere you don't live. I've had that happen. Not even a house. It wasn't even a house. It was a business. Like, why are you sending your Medicaid stuff to my business? Colin's old friend is in town and asked him to go golfing. He's in real estate and is in town for business with a colleague. Turns out it was Colin's youth pastor. And again, how is Balin going to golf? She doesn't even like silence. Balin is terrible, terrible at golfing. And to be honest, I would be too. Oh, I am not athletic at all. So Balin doesn't drive, and Colin has her drive the golf cart, and she drives it badly. Poor Balin just can't win with this golf trip at all. She needs to get a golf cart and like tool it around a little bit before if she can actually get a license at some point. She needs to tool the golf cart around for a while. I learned to driving right on lawnmowers. So that's how I learned to drive, driving the lawnmower. Little kids have those little cars now. They're born driving anymore, practically. So they work out the logistics for the UK trip and tell Balin, and she's happy the whole family's going, which is good. Except Colin is afraid that Alan and Julie don't trust him, and I don't think that's it at all. I think that it's very smart to have somebody, even if it's both parents, somebody besides just Balin and Colin going for this appointment, because, like I said, the more people you have there, the more sure you are that you heard everything right and that everything's going right. And that is all for that, because I did not get to Sister Wives yet this week. I have not gotten to, obviously, the roll-offs and another episode of Balin. As soon as I catch up, I'm behind again. I swear. It's ridiculous. Maybe I'll catch up over the weekend. We'll have a really long Monday one next week. I don't know. All righty. Next week is not Christmas, right? No, next week's not Christmas. Oh, no, it is. Hold on. Oh, here's a calendar. I don't even know what week it is, guys. Yeah, in a week is Christmas Eve. So, yeah, next week's Christmas. I better get on the ball. I thought I was ahead, but I am not. I am behind. I have one person done for Christmas. I have a couple of things for another person. I have to find something for somebody that is hard to find in my town, but I think we're going to go out of town, slightly out of town. And by out of town, I mean out of my little town tomorrow for that. So happy, joy. Christmas is upon us. Christmas is upon us. You have 1 week to get all your stuff done. I have to start making candy, man. Yeah, I should have started that already, I guess. I'm making more fudge because I found that really easy fudge. And I'm making the candy. That's also really easy candy. And I'm going to go to my dad's for Christmas Day, and then we're going to have our Christmas on Saturday. So we have a little bit of a reprieve. But if you have to have Christmas Eve presents, you better get on that, because that's in a week. It's in a week. All right. We'll start with, am I the jerk? AITJ for refusing to let my sister move in after she treated my place like a free hotel last time. No. You're never the jerk for denying somebody access to your home, especially if they have abused that privilege before. Family members that have stayed with other family members and no, never again on both ends, both sides. Although I don't think anyone's ever complained that I stayed with them because I try to keep my profile low. Try to keep my profile low. All right, here we go. A few years ago, my younger sister, 28 female, asked if she could stay with me, 32 female, after a breakup. She said it would be 2 weeks max. I had the space and didn't want her stressing, so I agreed. She ended up staying for 9 months. 9 months. She never paid rent or utilities, even though she had a full-time job. She left dirty dishes everywhere, borrowed my clothes without asking, constantly ate the groceries I bought, and invited people over like it was her apartment. Every time I tried to set boundaries, she'd get defensive or act offended. When I finally told her she needed to move out, she made a big scene about it, certain people only caring when it's convenient. That caused drama in the family for a while. Yeah, because they'll listen to the person who's the perpetrator and not understand that there's a victim here. And when somebody's using you, somebody's not paying rent, not paying utilities, and just acting like they're the queen of the house when they're not, that causes issues. Fast forward to last month, her lease is ending and she doesn't like her roommates. She asked if she could stay with me again just for a bit. I told her no way, no, right away. I'm not putting myself through that again. I don't blame you. She got mad and called me heartless. My mom keeps telling me I should let her stay this once, and my sister has been posting vague stuff online about being let down by the people she counts on. Well, maybe don't use the people you count on and they'll be there for you. I told them I'd help her look for a new place or movers, but she's not living with me. Now most of the family chat is calling me selfish. Well, she can move in with them then. Who's going to step up and have her move in with you? She doesn't want to pay rent. She's cheap. Consistent ad is the top commenter, and they say if your mother has a problem, maybe she should help. If she has a full-time job, then maybe she should get her own place or find another roommate. OP says, right? She's fully capable of finding another option. I'm not doing it for her again. There's one highlighted comment that got a gift, a prize, an award. You did let her stay just this once, and she abused your hospitality. Let your mom put up with her. Yep, 100%. 120, 30%. Is that a new thing? 120, 30%. All right, our next read is from Entitled People, entitled Customer Tries Taking My Mom's Deli Order. Oh, this is going to be good. I spoke to my mother this morning and she told me this happened to her yesterday. My parents were at the grocery store yesterday. My mom, who is a little person at only 4 feet 6 inches tall, so she has to work as a so she has to stand where she can be seen and heard to place her order. She places her deli order when they call her number and waits patiently. When her order is ready, she goes around to where she meets the deli worker and someone tries shoving her aside, saying, "That's my order." The worker tells the woman it isn't her order and that her number wasn't called. The woman demands my mom's deli order. Yeah, because she's a little person. She doesn't exist. It's like she doesn't exist. I'm short. I'm not a little person, but I am short. And people will just railroad you. You have to have a big voice when you're small. It got so heated by the time my father returned from another grocery aisle, the manager was talking to both my mother and the woman, had to show her grocery lists to show who ordered what, and my mother even provided her deli ticket number to show her the number had been called. After talking to other customers, the manager gave my mom her order and had to have 2 employees block the other woman from trying to grab the order, and my mother had made her way to my father, with the 2 quietly getting away to the next aisle they needed to get to, but not before hearing the manager warn the woman, "Do not disturb my parents' rest of their shopping or she'll be removed from the store." She should have already been removed from the store. Trying to being that obnoxious that you have to have 2 employees block her, that should have been, no, get rid of her now. This is why these people act like this, because you don't do anything about it. Do something about it when this happens, and you won't have to remove them again. Maybe they will learn to behave. Mr. Storm Chaser says, hopefully the manager escorted the other out of the store. And a manager should have, but God forbid manager deals with a bad review. You can explain yourself on the reviews. You know this, right? You can say, yeah, we did escort you out of the store, and here's why. You literally tried to steal something from someone. Middle Egg says, what's more, if they responded to the review with the truth, it makes me like the place better. Exactly. You'll have good customers come in. One time in Houston, I was looking for the address to this bar. I saw that it had lower reviews, and that surprised me because it was always great. Turned out they just didn't have many reviews, and one of them was a 1-star. It was a woman claiming management was rude and threw her out. Management responded with a telenovela about how that woman came to the bar alone, went up to a group of people celebrating a friend's birthday, and would not leave even though the people were visibly uncomfortable. She then sat down while they finally said something. She got irate and refused to vacate the seat, forcing the bar to have her removed. Made me feel like if things got weird, they would have my back. Yep. Aurora Cable says, this is why I always read owner responses when I scroll reviews. The loudest customer is very often the one who got told no after making everyone else around them miserable. When management takes the time to explain what really happened, like your bar story, it shows that they back up their staff and care about regular guests more than one tantrum, and that makes me want to support them. Yeah, exactly. Support the businesses that are doing the right thing. Read the reviews, but read the responses too, because there's usually a story behind the bad reviews. Sometimes there's not, but often there is. I know I got called names all up one side and down the other when I was working in customer service. I didn't deserve it. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was literally on the phone with somebody, and my not my boss, my boss's boss, the owner of the company, the president of the company, was standing literally right in front of me because my desk was up against the copy machine. So everybody was at my desk all the time talking to me. And I'm on the phone and I'm telling, no, I'm sorry, you can't do that, blah, 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 or whatever it was. And she says, don't get snippy with me. And I'm like, well, ma'am, I'm really not. But and then she says, I want to talk to your boss. And I'm like, okay. So I transferred it and I looked at him. He was still there. I said, was I snippy with her? And he says, no. I'm like, because I kept getting in trouble for being mean to people, or not rude to people, not nice to people. And I was perfectly nice to everybody. We recorded a lot of it. And I mean, I would zen out. Like, no, ma'am, you can't do that, ma'am. No, I'm sorry, we cannot do that. No, I'm sorry, you cannot have 15 people at your campsite. No, ma'am, the limit is 10 people at your campsite. But then I'd get called rude for doing that. It was crazy. It was crazy, crazy. People are nuts, I'm telling you. The next read is from Malicious Compliance, entitled Ghosting and Loving It. Recently, my company introduced a new process for supplying customers with expensive consumables. Previously, this process had a lot of direct communication, numerous emails, and face-to-face meetings with customers to understand their needs. However, while I was on PTO, everything changed. Without any notice or consultation, a completely new system was implemented. My team, which used to handle about 65% of the previous processes, had no involvement whatsoever in designing or approving this new method. It's a recipe for disaster. Now, instead of collaborating directly with customers and colleagues, I have been given a standardized form divided into 4 sections: one for me, one for sales, one for logistics, and one for territory assistants and managers. My section of the form is minimal. All I do is indicate how many boxes to supply. Critical details such as who the customer is, where the order is going, pricing adjustments, and preferential rates, information I used to manage, are no longer included. Does not sound good. To make things worse, customer details on the forms are often incorrect. I used to fix those errors in the system, but I no longer have permission to do so. Now that is handled by the head office. Even though I know my customer base well and try to provide accurate updates, my emails now bounce back. When I raised these issues, I was simply told to follow the form and not deviate. The people want to go above, see, people want to go above and beyond in their job, and they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to do it. So I did. I completed my section and sent it to the designated address and moved on. Nothing happened until months later when a customer called to say they were running critically low on consumables. I escalated the issue to my manager, but by that point I had already submitted 24 forms without any feedback or visible results. Recently, while I've been off recovering from surgery, I received an email asking for the same data I used to provide under the old system. I've chosen not to respond. That information is scattered across old emails and records and it's no longer my responsibility. Ironically, the new process that was supposed to reduce costs and simplify operations has left 3 department heads confused and unable to proceed. Shocker, isn't it? They don't know the customer's name, product details. We have 197 different products or order history, only the number of boxes. The system they rely on can't function without accurate data input, and since I'm now strictly following the form as instructed, the data isn't being entered anymore. Somebody else isn't doing their job probably, or can't. In short, the new process has stripped away the practical knowledge and collaboration that once made the system work. It's inefficient, confusing, and ultimately counterproductive. Goddamn shadow ban is a top commenter. They say, it really is strangely gratifying. Ooh, hiccups. It really is strangely gratifying when the work has the decency to fail into chaos while you're away. For sure. 1983 Jedi says, I was let go from a job after some discussion with management after I had some medical issues that impaired my ability to do my job. It took me 6 months to get back to myself, but about 12 months later, the company folded. Couldn't someone run their office with even a fraction of how I did, even a paired issue with my brain? And Shadowban replies to that. I recently booked a week off on short notice due to an emergency with a close friend. This was during a very busy time. It says very Barry, but I think he meant very busy time of the year. I was very surprised they authorized it. I came back to find everything ticking along just fine after busting my hump to work for weeks before I was expecting. I don't know. But if they had at least pretended to struggle, it would have gone down better. Oh, all right. Our next read is from AITAH. AITAH for how I responded to my ex and his affair partner about her infertility. My ex-husband, 40 male, cheated on me, 34 female, with a coworker, 36 female. If you're unhappy with your partner, break up. Break up before you cheat. Cheating is not cool. Otherwise known as affair partner. I found out about the affair 3 years after it started. 3 years. That means people were covering for him. That could only mean that people were covering for him. At the time, my husband and I had 3 very young children together. I kicked him out and filed for divorce. He moved in with a fair partner. They fought for full primary custody of the children in the divorce, using the 2-parent household as an excuse. They lost. Custody is shared, parenting time is 50-50. He married her before the ink was dry on her divorce papers. Yeah. Things were, and on my end still are, very hostile. She didn't like that I wished for him to do the same to her. He didn't like that I told his family I tested for STDs after learning it was an affair. Why wouldn't you? Of course you do that. That's the first thing you do. The only reason I told his family is that they wanted to know why I couldn't be friends for the kids' sake. I told them because before the affair partner was there was another coworker I now suspect he had sex with or wanted, at least because of these 2 things. I wanted to be sure he didn't give me anything. My ex told me it was petty and gross when he had 1 affair only, and it was only with 1 woman for 3 years. Shouldn't have had any affair, dude. If you were that unhappy, you should have broke up. Then you're free to do what you want. My ex and I use co-parenting app for communication, and I ignore all calls and texts, as you do, because it should go on the parenting app. All communications through the parenting app. The times it gets tricky is face to face. I need to keep some kind of civility if my kids might see us together, which is more difficult than some would believe, but I love my kids more than I hate him. Our kids are all school age now and doing okay. They prefer my house and have a hard time being at their dad's house for some weeks. I have them seeing a therapist to help with the process, but I know none of this is ideal. My ex and his affair partner were warned about pressuring the kids to call her mom or mama or something. No, they have a mother. If they didn't, I mean, if she wasn't in the picture, that would be a whole different issue. But they have a mom. They see their mom 50% of the time. The the new wife is not a mom. Can be a friend. Can be a friend, but that's not their mom. Which they were doing for a while, and this was backed up by the therapist. The kids don't like the affair partner, and I celebrate that in my head every single day. You will never hear me say I'm sad, and they don't feel like they have two moms when she's supposed to be the second mom. I find her disgusting to think she can knowingly help destroy their parents' marriage and then try and make them hers. Yeah, that's not cool. I don't share any of these feelings with my kids, which you shouldn't. That's correct way to do things. Parental alienation isn't cool, even if you have reasons for it. But the kids know there are issues between mom and dad. They also have some understanding that their dad cheated. This was not something I told them, but how badly he tried to explain some things to them when they asked questions. He doesn't believe in therapy, so there was no professional backup to help him. Um, I predict these kids are going to go no contact with their dad as soon as they possibly can, because kids don't like it when you hurt their other parent, an innocent parent. Kids don't like it at all. So anyway, around Halloween, my ex and the affair partner approached me at the school's Halloween event. Ex told me we needed to speak, and I told him unless it was about the kids, we did not. In a quieter moment, they caught me alone, and they told me that affair partner is infertile and cannot have biological children, and they have been trying for around for years. That makes no sense. I think they've just been trying for years. They told me it would mean so much if I could let go of their hate for them and be more kind to her and encouraging to her and the kids bonding so she doesn't feel like an outsider forever. No, no, absolutely not. You are the outsider. You broke up a family. Dude, this is what you get. He told me her infertility was painful and that she loves our kids, and I have successfully stopped them from bonding with her. No, no, she hasn't. She said nothing about you to the kids. You did that. You created this situation. As someone who always wanted to be a mom and got to be, I should be compassionate. I asked them why they were telling me their own personal private business that was nothing to do with me. My ex went from calm and pleading to pissed in seconds. Of course he did. He told me that it was a disgusting reaction, and the very least I could have offered her my sympathies as my fellow co-parent and her kid's third parent. No, they're not the kid's third parent. Kids have two parents, and that's all they need. She can be a friend. She cannot be a parent. I walked away because I did not want to discuss or argue in case someone, especially our kids, heard. He then texted me several times that night asking where I get my disgusting insensitivity from. From you. She got it from you. You caused it. Dude, come on. She also tried to bring up at a meeting the two of us had with the school over one of the children who was not present. I'm ignoring him, but he's enraged, and I had to send the text over to my attorney for documenting. Yep. I expected this to have been blown over by now, but clearly it hasn't. For that reason alone, I want to check what other people have thought of my response. AITAH. No, you are not. You are not at all. It's ridiculous. He's being ridiculous. His partner's infertility has nothing whatsoever to do with you. The kid's attitude towards him has everything to do with him. This is on him. This is all on him. He's the one that had the affair. Grow up, dude. Grow up. Ugh, these people. Puzzle-headed cup. Well, there's a deleted one that was removed by the moderator. what it said. It was removed by the moderator. So the second most commented or most upvoted comment is from Puzzle Headed Cup. NTA, it's almost comical. He wants you to sympathize with his wants. I know you would prefer to have the kids 100% of the time and child support from him. He only cares about sympathy when it works in his favor. And OP says, I think my kids would be better off with me, but I'm realistic that he would need to majorly screw up for that to happen. And I can't wish that for their sakes. Yeah, exactly. I just hope he does better by them. And Puzzlehead continues, just keep in mind he is demanding one-way sympathy after he cheated on you for 3 years. I think he lost any sympathy privileges from you. Exactly. Yep. No, you do not have to sympathize with him at all. He got himself into this. He's the one that chose her. He chose her over you. Or maybe he didn't choose her over you, but he got her over you. So that's on him. Everything that happens after that, everything that happens after he started the affair, all on him. Every bit of it. Every bit of bad. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I moved. Every bit of bad's on him. Oh, okay. Next, we have Just No Mill. The time my mill tried to bulldoze my wedding venue setup, but got caught in a blizzard instead. Oh, thank you, universe. My 1 year anniversary is coming up soon, and I've been reminiscing about how Mother Nature said not today when my mother in law tried to get to my wedding venue before we did. As we were wrapping up all of our wedding planning, my mill casually mentioned over FaceTime that she planned to arrive at the location of our wedding, a 12-hour drive for her, one day before me. 2 weeks before the wedding, she proceeded to torment me with frequent texts and calls. Honestly, if it's a 12-hour drive, I'd probably fly. Making pointless last-minute changes to our wedding playlist, demanding that we needed to get married outside on the balcony in a blizzard. No, thank you. Not today, Satan. In January. And generally overstimulating me. I'm an event planner in the wild, and my goal was to have pencils down on all items this week before the wedding to avoid stress. I had already intentionally finished planning everything to my liking, so this was really unnecessary and obnoxious. Needless to say, I was very aware of her arriving at the venue before I did and trying to bulldoze me, so I spent the entire week leading up to the wedding planning in the full room setup with the wedding coordinator. We kept the ceremony indoors due to the frigid weather, as you should. I've been outdoors in Michigan in October wedding. They had heaters, but it was still cold, and I had the flu, so that wasn't any fun at all. I picked up where the tables, DJ booth, cake station, etc. would go for the floor plan. My wedding coordinator did a great job prepping everything before I even stepped in the door. On the Wednesday before our Saturday wedding, my mother-in-law and stepfather-in-law began their 12-hour drive from a southern state up to our northern state. Are they used to driving in the weather? Because those people they do not know how to drive. Alas, a freak winter storm stopped them in their tracks. They barely made it out of their state before pulling off to stop at a hotel for the night while 6 to 8 inches of snow fell. I got a real chuckle out of it. And I guess they must be south of me. We didn't get that kind of snow last year. When we did get snow finally in like February or March, my husband decided to buy a snowblower and then never got to use it last year. But he's used it this year, so it's okay. It's just a couple times this year. He didn't even know how long it would take to snow blow the driveway, but it's a lot faster than shoveling, and I'll let you know that. And it's a 50-foot driveway. It's long. There's a lot of snow to shovel when you're shoveling it. If it got too bad, we do have access to a plow. We can make a call. We can make a call and say, "Oh, can you come on when you go to your mom's house?" We try not to abuse the privilege, though, of course. The next day, we headed to our wedding venue and beat mother-in-law there by several hours. Everything was perfect. I dropped off some decor and headed to our Airbnb. Later, I got a text from the wedding coordinator letting me know that my mill had arrived and was acting super dramatic and complaining about the entire setup. It's not your wedding, lady. She also bought 6 boxes of her own decor that she wanted to start decorating with. No, what are you doing? What is with these people? It's not your wedding. They explained the bride had set up the room this way and that they were working to make me happy, not her. Sometimes you just have to be thankful for a little bit of snow. Oh, I cussed. The S word, the SNOW word, it's a cuss word. Did you know that? Did you know that snow that SNOW is a cuss word? Yeah, it isn't mine. It's a four-letter word. Oh, she got lots of posts. She got lots of posts on here. More than 10 posts in their history. So the top comment is sensitive tarot, and it says, I never understand why the sons allow their mothers to treat wives this way. Maybe I'm missing something, or there's something I don't know. But seems more like you have a husband problem because never in a day of my life would my husband allow his mother to treat me this way. We have firm boundaries, and I mean no disrespect. Again, I don't know the whole story of your life, but it seems that your husband needs to stand up to his mother. You shouldn't even have a husband problem, really, because mother in law shouldn't act like that. OP answers he spent 2 hours in the morning of her wedding confronting her in private about her behavior. She is extremely emotionally immature and difficult. She pouted and huffed like a toddler and refused to take accountability for her behavior. Of course. He has been no contact since the wedding because he wants her to apologize to both of us and implement boundaries if there's to be a relationship moving forward. Unfortunately, she would rather lose contact with her only son instead of respect boundaries. If you read my other comments, I mistakenly accepted her offer to pay for our wedding. I will never accept financial assistance from her again because she is a control freak and feels entitled to take charge. We both kind of had to let some things go just to get through the wedding. It was too late to cancel and screw over all of our guests. Yeah, that's too bad. And she's probably going around like, I have no idea why my son won't talk to me. I didn't do anything. I just tried to help him with his wedding. I paid for the whole thing. You know, that's what she's doing. I'm actually in the middle of a video right now about um, estranged parents and how they don't understand why their kids won't talk to them. Because of you, parents. It's because of you. Because you don't respect people. Oh, this is from Server Life and it's entitled Damn. And I think we can see why. Yeah, you are not special. Everyone is special in some way. Everyone. Some in better ways than others, for sure. Some people are better special than others. Because the one in the White House, he's bad kind of special. Somebody deleted their comment. They're talking about sides. I don't know. Our next read is from Petty Revenge, and it is entitled My Friend's Boyfriend Broke Up with Her. Enjoy washing all those glasses. Okay. This was about 15 years ago, but I just thought about it and I figured it fit the sub really well. My friend's boyfriend broke up with her in a really crappy way. I honestly didn't remember the details, it was just dumb teenager stuff. He worked part-time as a dishwasher at a restaurant and had complained that washing dish glasses with lipstick on the rim was the thing he hated most. I mean, that's fair. We knew he worked Saturday mornings, so the following Saturday we went there for brunch and just ordered a bunch of juices, smoothies, coffees, fresh glasses of water, etc. And we'd apply a fresh layer of lipstick um, before drinking any of them. He must have hated his shift. It was pretty petty, but my friend was feeling better after. That's petty in a bad way. Don't do that. That's just being dumb. Don't do that. Everybody seems to like this for some reason. People are allowed to break up with people. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. Okay, now we have expectation versus reality, of course. And I'll share the picture, the before, or the expectation anyway. Here's our expectation of what our dinner is supposed to be. And it says absolutely delicious, $3.97 at Kroger. Favorite Stouffer's Manhandler cut the chicken to look like the photo. Oh, I guess it's the before and after. And it actually matches kind of. Well, that's okay. That's good. And it is, I never look at the flare. It has exceeded expectation. So, yeah, 379 for that. That's a good deal. Blitz says, I mean, for frozen meals, Stouffer's can be pretty good. They can be. I never have a problem with Stouffer's. Right, it's that time. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I try to go live at least 4 times a week. This week will be 3 because I won't be here tomorrow. And usually it's about noon Eastern time. And I was surprised I was on time today because I didn't even get home till 11. I was expecting to get home like 10:45, 10:30, 10:45. Yeah, I messed up that. Guess I shouldn't have gone and got the coffee. I did get my special once a year birthday coffee today, and it was delicious. Big B, not Starbucks. If you have a story of your own or come across a good one in the wild, please send us an email entitled submission. If you would like an email link to the day's current live when I set it up, because I text a few people that I know that watch almost every day, send an email entitled subscribe. The email is biddybrunchbunch, all one word, at gmail.com. And the email is also down in the description below. And there's also a link to the Rebecca Park Act change.org petition. So please also sign that. We have 75 acres in western North Carolina for only $330,000. There's probably a catch, but I haven't found it yet. It's the isolation. Wow. It's 34 photos. Might be that there's not a house. Okay. All right. There we go. There's the first photo. There's a little pond back here that looks nice. It looks like a burn fire pit for your pleasure. Just a little shed with a lean-to for the. Oh, look, you can have a pool. At least that's what we have that in our yard. It was for the pool when we had one. I don't know why you would do that. There's a gate. Nice little river/creek. This is just land. There is no house. That's probably why there's no. That's probably the catch. There's no house. Just a shed. Oh, there is a house. That shed is a house. That's the catch. Yeah, I'd pay $330,000 for that. It's got plenty of acreage, and you can build another house. 72 acres. That's plenty of room. It's just a little cabin in the woods. It's plumbed and everything, so it's got. I would assume it has electricity out there. So if it's all set up for that, you could build a house. It says no baths, but it clearly has a bedroom and a bathroom. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'd buy that. Probably not, and I don't like that. I don't like driving around in heights. We went out west to the Rockies, and my kids had a heyday teasing me about my fear of heights. My husband never gets teased for his claustrophobia. It's not fair. That would be nice. I approve. I approve. Oh, that's what I should do. Let's look at that. It's improved land, 72 acres. There's addition partials. There's other partials. It's already been split up, so you could sell part of it off. It's got septic. It was already installed. Yeah, that's beautiful. If I was going to, um, where is this, North Carolina? If I was moving to North Carolina, I'd buy that for sure. Build me a little house on it, or get a little one of those tiny homes. If it was just me, I don't want to live in a tiny home with somebody else. Yeah, not even my husband. I don't want to live in a tiny home with my husband. We're getting on each other's nerves in the 1,800 square foot house with a full basement that's not considered in the square footage. I love my husband, don't get me wrong. I do. Sometimes I don't like him very well, and that's okay. Sometimes he doesn't like me very well either. He didn't even like me on my birthday. Okay, next is Traumatize Them Back, and this is entitled The Neighbor Who Thought I Was an Easy Target, and it's also flared petty revenge. I just moved into a new apartment. From day one, my neighbor decided I was too quiet and easy to push around. She'd blast music late at night, leave trash in the hall, complain to the building manager about things I hadn't even done. At first, I tried to ignore, then it got ridiculous when she started knocking on my door unannounced to check if I was being too loud, even though I barely had anyone over. So I decided to have a little fun. I bought a tiny set of wireless speakers and hid them in the walls near her apartment. Then I started playing the weirdest, most random sounds at random times: duck quacks, alien noises, someone chanting, I am a pickle, I am a pickle, I am a pickle. All super faint so she'd hear it but couldn't tell where it was coming from. She completely freaked out, asked the neighbors if they heard it, paced around her apartment, and even bought sound meters, trying to prove that I was the culprit. Every time she thought she caught me, the sounds would stop. Within a week, she gave up bothering me. She even moved out a month later. I've never had another problem. Honestly, I felt amazing to turn the tables without ever confronting her directly. Sometimes the best revenge is just your brain letting her dig her own hole. I don't know how to pronounce that. I am a pickle is sending me. And there's a gif of a pickle putting on a scary costume. Well, apparently it's Pickle Rick. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's funny as heck. Lady A says one guy found his loud neighbor's printer on the network. He started printing the chicken document on their printer at random times. The husband would yell at the wife, asking why she kept printing stupid chicken pages. Okay, apparently there's a picture. Oh, it's kind of funny. You just have to start sending this every time. Chicken, 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 chicken. It's instructions for chickens. Come on. I gotta get my graphic I made up. That's gonna be our logo as a chicken. It's gonna be a broody hen because we're biddies. We're biddy hens. We're biddy hens here. Oh, that's funny. I love it. All right. Next one is from Confession, and it's entitled I Found a Designer Bottle of Perfume and I'm a Raccoon Lady. I went shopping with some gal pals today. It was a much needed break. We were leaving the mall and I went to toss my Starbucks cup and I missed and it popped open. I was picking up my cup in the lid and I also saw a blue rectangle box, so I figured I'd just toss it too, no problem. It said Dulce and Gabbana and it was heavy, so I looked inside and there was the most unusual bottle inside. I didn't hesitate. I got super excited and showed it to my friends, and we all talked about how it was a lucky find and we all used it. When I got home, I was super excited to tell my husband about it. He got grossed out and compared it to his friend that takes used cigarettes out of the trash ashtrays at Walmart. I didn't think it was a fair comparison, but now I'm starting to think that I was a raccoon lady picking up trash. No, no. Dumpster diving is a perfectly reasonable activity. Do you know how many toys I got out of the garbage? I got out of somebody's trash on the side of the road for my kids. A ridiculous amount. I still have some of them. I've a friend trash picked something out of the garbage for my grandkids once. It's fine. There is nothing wrong. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Faithful Faithlessness Witty says, I think it's really nice that you took the extra time to pick up litter. Shall we all be conscious of our earth? It's not a litter, it was something good. OP says, I threw my cup in the trash bin instead of at the trash bin instead of on it, in it. Mista picked it up in embarrassment. I really don't think it counts as being conscientious about the earth. Yeah, but you picked up the other thing too. No Annual says your husband is just mad you found a treasure. Definitely not the same as a cigarette. For sure. For sure. A used cigarette is trash. That was a treasure. Oh, this looks so cool. This is from Interesting AF. And it is a Himalayan brown bear emerging from hibernation. Look how cute he is. He's got bed head and bed body. He got bed body. Oh, what a cutie pie. Look at him. Shake it off, dude. Oh. Did you see his little hair fall off? Oh, that's great. That was cute as heck. It looks like a teenager who just woke up. Someone sent info about the bear. His name is Chada. Her name is Chada. She spent 25 years working in a circus, all before being abandoned. She was later rescued by a sanctuary where she lives now a peaceful, happy life. Good. Her hair is white and gray because she's old now. A Himalayan brown bear's lifespan ranges from 15 to 30 years. Oh, she's sweetie. She's a sweetie pie. I love her. I love her. This is from Overheard, and it's entitled, Do You Want a Pup Cup? I swear this is a true story. It's one of the top moments of my life. I'm in Starbucks drive-thru, and one car is linked ahead of the speakers. My window's rolled down, and I can hear the elderly man behind me placing his order. He finishes, and the barista asks if he'd like a pup cup. He doesn't know what a pup cup is, and the barista says, oh, it's just a small cup of whipped cream for your dog. He responds, that's my wife. I had to roll up my window so he didn't hear me dying laughing, but I did catch the barista apologizing profusely. Oh my gosh. The barista called her his wife a dog. We used to call what we used to use that for ugly people when I was younger. If you were a dog, you were ugly. Oh, you know that part where Kevin's in Home Alone where Kevin's going through Buzz's stuff and he comes upon the picture of his girlfriend and he goes, woof. That's where that comes from. Oh. Like my mom said, I had a friend who had a small convertible sports car. One day, a coworker of his, a short-haired brunette, called to sadly tell her that she'd seen her husband riding around with a blonde. Nope, that was Bob, the Afghan hound who looked very attractive from behind. Oh, I love it. Queen of Palm Trees says that's what happened with our Afghan pound. A neighbor was so pleased to tell me my husband had been seen with a blonde in the car. I told her that's our dog going to the doggy beauty parlor for his monthly wash and blow dry. Dale says I got pulled over once in Alaska and had my Brindle pup mutt with me. He was trained to sit in the booster seat, all buckled up. Trooper looks in very Goldblum in delivery. Now that is one ugly kid. Petted the dog, gave me a warning. Same trooper got his butt on highway. He stopped to help it, and the bird danced on his head all the way back to the squad car. Do not mess with geese. They're not nice people. They're called cobra chickens for a reason. A very legitimate reason. This is from True Off My Chest, entitled, I'm pretty sure my roommate is lonely and it's killing me to watch him pretend he isn't. Oh, that sounds sad. My roommate is a 33-year-old guy with a very good job, very independent, very I don't need anyone. On the surface, he's fine, but living with him, you see the things other people don't. He talks to the cat more than to people. Eats standing up like he's used to being rushed. He always has headphones on, not listening to anything loudly, but just enough to fill silence. Well, that I can understand. Some of us just do not like quiet. His birthday passed 2 weeks ago. No one called, not even his family. Oh, that's horrible. He pretended it didn't bother him. Ordered takeout and said it's just another day. But later that night, I heard him quietly crying in the kitchen. So do something nice for the man. He tries so hard to act like he doesn't want connection, but every now and then something slips through. Like when I cook dinner, he says smells good, but stands in the doorway like he's afraid to ask if he can join. So ask him. Gosh. Last night he asked if I wanted to watch a movie. He said it super casually, like if not, it's cool. I said yes, obviously, but he looked surprised and he genuinely expected me to say no. I don't know how to help someone who built their personality around pretending they don't need help. He's a good person. I wish he saw himself the way the few people who actually know him do. Communicate. Can we just communicate? Say, hey, I'm really sorry that your family didn't bother calling you on your birthday. You want to go out and have a dessert? Let's go to so and such a restaurant and have some dessert. Let's go to the cheesecake factory and have some cheesecake. Do something. Wonderful Broad says sometimes the kindest thing you can do is show up in small, consistent ways. Hey, I'm extra. You want a plate or movie night again? People who live without connection need proof, not pep talks. You're already doing more for him than you realize. And then there was a deleted comment by the moderator. And an answer to that was little gestures can mean the world. Consistency builds trust more than anything else. Yep. Yeah, just reach out to him. He's not going to reach out to you. So it's on you to reach out to him. It's the kind, nice, polite human thing to do. And if more people did that, maybe we'd live in a better society. You know? Let's normalize being kind to people. Let's normalize reaching out. Okay, our next one is from entitled parents. Entitled parent refuses to let their child come to my child's birthday party unless the entire family gets to go. No, absolutely not. No. It normalize kids doing things with their friends without involving your entire family. My daughter is having a birthday party in an indoor water, I think they left out the word park, in 2 weeks, and I texted one of her friend's parents to confirm that he would be there and asked if a parent would be staying with him. The response I got back, I think we may plan for all of us and we'll pay extra if needed. I mean, if they're paying the extra, that's no problem. Uh-huh. I was really confused by this because she has 4 other kids. 2 are toddlers, and my daughter's turning 9, has never hung out with them. Her son has come to my daughter's birthday parties the last 3 years in a row. The first 2 years he came by himself, and last year his dad stayed with him. We're renting a party room and we're only allowed 30 guests and currently have 25. I responded, okay, that sounds cool. Just to let you know, the party room does have a max capacity. We are still receiving RSVPs. So we are limiting it to who was invited and one parent if needed. You are welcome to pay for the rest of your family and hang out at a table around the water park if you like. She responds, okay, we might skip it then if only one parent and kid is limit because there's 2 parents involved here. I don't know, that sounds crazy. I'm sorry. No, when your kid has something like that, you might trust your 9-year-old to go to a party at a water park by themselves. Nothing wrong with that. They do have lifeguards there and other parents are going to be around. But if you don't trust a kid, only one parent gets to go. Lots of times where only one of us were at a party and the other one stayed home with the kids. It's not a big deal. I'm sorry, we have 26 people coming already. There could be more RSVPs. They limit us to 30. My fiance and I just like to be involved with our children, so if only one can come, we have to pass. I'm sorry, we'll plan something else, I guess. Your son has come to her parties by himself or with your fiance, and it's never been an issue before. Sorry, I'm a little confused. Okay, that's when you just drop it and say, okay, fine. You can definitely come, but only one parent and the invited child will be welcome into the party room so that we can be compliant to the capacity policies. Her. Well, I have a new policy for my family, and it's either we all go or none of us go. That's just stupid. But I also wouldn't be arguing with her about it at this point. It's like, okay, your loss. When I throw parties, I just host at my house so that anyone can come, every kid and their family. I would never separate people from their kids. This lady's impossible. I used to be okay with dropping him off, but I'm not doing it anymore. He has two parents that love him and support him, and we both deserve to be there to support him. This poor kid is never going to do anything alone in his entire life. Me. Oh, stop answering her. Just let it go. Me. A. Interesting that you claim to invite everyone to your parties that you host out of the 3 years we've known you. We've never received an invitation. B. Support him. Support him for what? He's here to celebrate his friend turning a year older. What kind of support does he need? No, stop arguing. C. If you have this new policy for your family, why not just rent your own party room so your son can spend time with you as a family while simultaneously spending time with his friend for his birthday instead of expecting me to find extra space and money to accommodate your entire family? It's not what she said. Then she got pissed. I told me I was heartless and that her son would never be allowed to go any other parties we host, blah blah blah. I don't even care what she thinks about me. It's not half as bad as what I think about her. I feel like I was arguing with a child and that had just decided it was opposite day. You can't just invite your entire family to your kid's friend's birthday party and tell them it was palpable. Yeah, but you kept arguing with her. All you had to do after she said, "Oh, I guess we can't make it. If all of us aren't invited, we're not coming." Okay, that kid doesn't come. It's an invitation, not a summons. He doesn't have to come to your party. If his parents are going to be jerks, let them be jerks. But let them be jerks to him. Don't be jerks back to them. Somebody said it sounds like somebody cheated. He says, yeah, her. She's a chronic cheater. 2 out of the 5 kids that she has with her fiance aren't his because she's been cheating on him throughout their 10-year relationship. Oh my. One of the 2 older ones aren't his and one of the toddlers aren't his. But the cheating has been going on forever and she's allowed her child to spend days with us, entire days with me in the past. It seems weird that she's switching up now. Yeah, somebody says, sounds like somebody you don't want to associate with. Yeah, I wouldn't be arguing with her. I'd be like, all right, that's your choice. A Pennsylvania, oh, sorry, this is bye-bye job. A Pennsylvania sheriff struck a deal with ICE. Months later, he was voted out. ICE is evil, just saying. And then it has to remind me about Rob Reiner. So he was ousted last week after facing criticism from his Democratic opponent. Fred Herron signed up in April for the United States Immigration Customs ICE program. So he signed up for his deputy to enforce limited immigration authority. He doesn't have to do that. And he chose the one that grants the most authority to local deputies. And now he's out of a job. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. There's a picture of his opponent. He's quite good looking, I must say. Yeah. So this is going to be happening more and more, I fear. Well, I don't fear. I don't fear. I think it's a good thing. All right. Our next one is, am I overreacting? AIO, is there a logical explanation for my girlfriend to say stuff like this? And I will share the text with you. Oops. I'm so mad Mr. Beast is engaged. Like, how the F did he not have a girlfriend? Did he have no girlfriend when I first watched him? Got one. I think he got lucky enough they broke up. Then he shortly got another one later and then quickly proposed. Girl, Girl, you're in trouble. No, you're not overreacting. It's silly. I, 24 male, my girlfriend, 23, will go from some of the sweetest convos to her saying stuff like this out of the blue. I'm sure I'm not the only person who has dealt like this, but honestly, I'm just trying to get an answer from both sides. Have you ever done this before? And if it's happened, how do you go about the issue? It feels disrespectful to hear from somebody that states they want to be married to me someday. Her reasoning is that somebody famous and there's nothing to worry about, but I see it as a reasonable to be able to tell my partner that I wish I could be with somebody else. AIO. I think she's just too immature to be in a relationship if she's like that. I ran into somebody on Facebook today that was like, it was about Rob Reiner. Like, it'll always be him and uh, Gloria. And it's like, dude, those are characters in a TV show, not real people. Like, 3-year-olds can tell the difference between fantasy and reality. Don't be like that. It's weird. It's very, very weird that people think that actors are their characters. Like, what are you doing? Somebody said it must be Mr. Beef propaganda. I've never heard a grown woman mention it in all of my life. Yeah, it probably is. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know much about him other than that weird reality game show he had, which was interesting, not gonna lie. Um, Next we have best of Redditor updates. I, 29 female, recently discovered my boyfriend, 32 male of 4 years, has been keeping a blog mocking my business. Uh, this was originally posted in, let's say, find out, relationships. Okay. This was originally posted in relationships on July 15th, 2015. So it's pretty old. This is probably going to be a controversial post, as I know Reddit is not fond of any religions, especially not ones that aren't mainstream. That might be a weird way of putting it, so I apologize if that offended anyone. I truly don't want to. Nobody cares about your religion. You're making too much of it. My abuela died. I inherited the keys to her long-standing botanica. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a shop run by Latinos whose purpose is to sell religious esoterica things. We sell the 7-day candles you see at memorial sites, herbs, oils, statues, books, services, etc. These are all things I grew up surrounded by and things that mean the world to me. I love them. To me, the scent of Florida water and Hoyt's cologne are home. I took the business classes to run the shop properly and it is a successful business. That's good. We profit off it nicely and we made some changes over the years, including services you can't get in shops around us. We care deeply for all of our customers. I spend 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. there every day, and it's like going to my other home. I mean, you're not even spending that much time there. Most business owners are they're way more than just business hours, and that's not even business hours. Business hours to me is 8 to 5 because that's how I usually had to work, or 8 to 4:30, or 9 to 5:30, or whatever. My boyfriend Thomas works from home. He does tech work and things like that. He's always been a huge supporter of my business because he knows how much it means to me. He also knows it's part of my cultural heritage of my life and my ancestors and family. He also knows that I do not 100% believe in the things we do. I believe in many of them, but I'm not hard-boiled religious and I don't adhere to many religious rules. That's enough of the backstory. Well, the other day, I made us some breakfast and he finished very fast and went out for his morning jog. I asked him if I could use his computer to do a few things since it was right there and I'm a slow eater. He agreed and just turned it over to me. He left on his rung. I got up to work. I just wanted to do a few accounting type things, but also do some research for an upcoming trip we have to Havana. When he opened his browser, several tabs are open, so I clicked to a different browser so as not to disturb his, since I never know what it's working, what's play with him. The other browser had one thing up, the blog. I noticed he didn't use the name of the shop. There was a clear picture of it, and underneath there were probably 50 entries so far. I didn't go through and read all of them after read them all because after the first one, I got the idea. The idea was clear as day. He was making fun of it, all of it, everything. My heart shattered. He made fun of the customers, some of the products we have. One of the things that we are known for is the extensive collection of candles for different saints, Orishas, I don't know what that is, and figures. He mocked some of the Orishas and their candles in the novenas. What broke my heart the most is that he made fun of the one figure I like the most, who I don't mention because I don't want to offend. We kept a small home altar to the figure and tended it carefully with love. He makes fun of the altar and talks about it, how nonsensical it is and everything. And this is what happens when people are unequally yoked, as they called it in my religion. The comments range from nothing to spam to dedicated followers who talk about his crazy girlfriend and how I'm absolutely nuts and that he should run away. Who would believe any of this? A lot of people and things like that. Yeah, a lot of people have weird beliefs. So I was stunned and absolutely hurt, and I had to go check how long ago he made it. I saved the address and read through all of it while I was at work and cried. I don't know how to address it with him. He's been keeping the blog for 2 years now. My heart is shattered because our relationship has been nothing but love and smooth sailing, excitement and enjoy. He never shared my spirituality with me, and it was never something that I requested of him. I even kept my altar out of view out of respect for his preferences. Well, that should have been your first clue right there. If you can't be open with him, there's an issue. What do I do? How do we come back from this? I don't think you can. If you're gonna believe in the woo-woo stuff, then you gotta find somebody else that believes in the woo-woo stuff. To me, it's not just about the spirituality. I've grown up hearing people laugh at it and call it kooky and made up and strange and all that. Because it is. But it's my grandmother's business and it's my ancestry and it's my heritage. And I get that. I get that. But you're buying into it too much. To me, he is mocking those directly. What do I do? Yeah, I don't think he's meaning to mock your business or your ancestry. It's the beliefs that are connected to it that he's mocking. And that's not really the nicest thing to do, but he's never done it openly to you. So, relevant comment. Oh, I can't pronounce that. Oh my goodness, OP, that's so awful. It makes me want to cry just hearing this happen to you. The only thing you can do is talk to him about it. I think you need to say something along the lines of this. To me, this is not just about the spirituality. I have grown up hearing people laugh at it and call it kooky and made up and strange and all of that. But this my grandmother's business. This is my ancestry. It is my heritage. To me, he is mocking those things directly. It's not funny. It's not a laughing matter, and it's insanely disrespectful. I mean, it's not funny that he's doing it to her directly, but it's you don't have to believe. People don't have to believe your religion. People don't even have to respect your religion, to be honest. And the fact that he's carrying on for so long, I really can't help my head around why somebody would mock something so personal and cherished that they supposedly love. He doesn't love it. He loves her. He doesn't love it. That's the most childish thing I've ever heard of. I go back to check his age at the top of the post. Confront him. He needs to apologize, take the blog down, and beg for your forgiveness. No, you just need to break up with him. OP, how do I confront him? I honestly have never had to confront somebody like this before. Sleep fight. So I found your blog. That's literally all you need to say to start with. Focus on how it makes you feel and that you feel he doesn't respect you. And I would also consider keeping the funds you make from this business to yourself for the time being. If he can't respect it and it actively trashes it, he doesn't deserve access to any of the profits beyond paying bills, etc. OP. Oh, yes, the business is mine and she shares none of it. We're not married and we have no joint finances other than me helping him out with his student loan since I did not have them and prefer to help with something like that. Make it pay his own student loans. Sleep Fight says I would recommend stop helping him with his student loans for now as well. He's being incredibly disrespectful about you and your relationship. It would be wise to create consequences for his betrayal. You intend to continue the relationship. I wouldn't continue this relationship. Anders McGee says, why does he even deserve full confrontation? Do you need closure? Because unless there's something you need, I'd pack your things, tell him you saw the blog and leave. Or better yet, ask him to leave instead. OP, I'm not crazy about just upping and leaving without a word after 4 years, that's all. Cut your losses, girl. I'm telling you. He's not going to come around. And neither are you. So, commenter, what is your boyfriend like in regards to business? Is he supportive? She said he was. You ever mock it openly? She said he didn't. I mean, why are you asking questions that have already been answered? Commenter. First off, I'm not trying to excuse his actions. That being said, if he's not religious at all, could this vlog be his only reprieve, I guess, from your spirituality? Everyone else is here has immediately chastised him for being a terrible person. I'm not going to argue one way or the other without knowing more about him and your relationship. That's cool. That being said, speaking as someone who does not subscribe to any religion, spirituality, you seem pretty entrenched in the religion. You work every day at the store and you have a home altar at the home the two of you share dedicated to it. You probably talk about it a lot, and it's probably a big part of the majority of your friendships. I know if I was in his shoes with someone I was in love with and cared for immensely, who believed extremely heavily in something I found ridiculous, I would need some form of escape from it. I would never want to prohibit you from doing anything, and I would never ask you to change something you cared about you cared so much for. I would never put it down to you or your friends or your family, but I would need some type of break from it. And it seems like the blog is his break. Kind of seems like it's the only one he ever gets since he's not even free of it from his home in his home. You need to discuss with him as rationally and calmly as possible, and I know that's difficult when dealing with religion spirituality. But it's absolutely necessary that no one lose their cool during the discussion. Anyways, limited him for here. That's my 2 cents. OOP doesn't mock it openly to anyone, of course. I would never stand for that. He does not follow his own religion, but he is not an atheist. He hasn't found what works for him yet. Maybe he is an atheist and just doesn't want to tell you. To be clear, it's not a big part of my friendships, and I really don't talk about it other than when he asks if anything extra interesting happens or anything like that. He will come to the shop many days to bring me lunch or hang out on his break, which is where he gets his stories from. But once I leave the site, I don't want to talk to him about it because I was taught that work at home don't mix like that. Yeah, but your situation is a little different than most people's work at home. You own the business. It's your life. Home is also your life. And spirituality is your life. So saying that those two don't mix, you already mixed it. You brought it home. You have a shrine at your home. Update July 23rd. So that's I didn't put how many. So like 8 days later ish. Okay. Update July 23rd, 8 days later, 2015. I had my heart set on just getting up and leaving. And not just That's the last one. We're fine. I had my heart set on not just getting up and leaving. There's still some things that we needed to talk about. So when I got home 2 days after I made that post, I had time to think about it. I confronted him. I started reading one of his posts off to him. He asked me how I found it, and I was honest and told him. He started to get annoyed and asked why I was snooping. I wasn't. Then he started up with his defense before I could even get a word in. He told me that he always had a hard time understanding how I could be a part of something where there was no logic behind it, and how I could take money from anyone knowing that stuff is fake and everything. And I let him say what he needed to say. I asked him, "Is that how you really feel?" And he said yes, and that he was happy to finally get it off his chest. He just insulted me, my beliefs, my family history, all of it in the span of 20 minutes. No, he didn't. He told you how he felt about it. Told you that was how it was going to go. I told him that's how he feels he needs to leave. The place we lived was mine originally and just moved after we started dating for a while because it was easier. I didn't want to have to stoop that low, but living with someone who thinks so little of what I do and my business, the business that supported our very comfortable lifestyles all this time, isn't something I can compromise on. I'm sorry, lady, what? You just said that he paid his own way in your relationship, other than his loans, which you didn't have to take care of. He asked me if I was breaking up with him because of this. And that was his right as an American with free speech to do what he's doing, and I'm trying to censor him like all religious nuts do. He's not wrong. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, so I just asked him to leave. Over the next days, he collected his things. When he got his last box, he told me that he would not come back, but that I could bet he would still be posting on his blog about my shop. I think the last thing I said to him was have fun with his 15 blog readers. But that seems really kind, lady. Really kind. Thank you for that. I'm really heartbroken over this, and I'm very sad I came to this. It's going to be a long time before I try dating again. Maybe just date somebody that has the same woo-woo um, beliefs that you have, and you'll be fine. Kindly Zucchini says that she's supposed to be threatened by some dude whining about his ex-girlfriend's job online and to other whiny losers. All 15 of them. Dumb. I don't know. They all seem to be on her side. I think. I'm glad she broke up with him because that's what she should have done. But his beliefs were different. What did you expect to happen? Honestly, people, come on. And we have Made Me Smile. Got share. I got share Made Me Smile.
This store owner has a tradition. Whenever a kid brings in good grades, he lets them pick anything they want for free.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm going to show you my report card. I have 85.
Let's go. You see, guys, you see that? He improved from 75 to 85. You get to grab whatever you want. Go ahead, grab it.
The kid then decided to grab bread, eggs, and milk for his family
Aww.
instead of himself.
That's all you want. Keep going, man. Grab whatever you want.
I can get this
For Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Of course, man. Oh, man, that's nice, man. You know what? I sell these, and you give her this too for Mother's Day. I sell these for $35, but I got you, all right? I'll pay for it for you. Oh, that's all you want? You sure? All right.
What a good kid.
Thank you, Allah.
You're welcome.
What a good kid. What a nice boy. He got stuff for his family before he got his own treats. Oh, that makes me want to cry. What a good kid. Yamamento Mori, I think, says, that's so sweet, both how the owner repeats his nice gesture and how the kid thought about his family first, spreading kindness all around. They say they found another video. Grades for grabs. Oh, they have a GoFundMe for it too. Yeah, that's nice. I will put the GoFundMe. Address. I'll put the GoFundMe for this guy in my in the description for the video. So if you want to, you may go. It's going to be called Grabs for Grades. Okay. That's done there under the Rebecca Park Act one. So if you want to go throw that guy some $5 or something, I completely encourage that. Oh, that kid is so sweet. I wish I could do something for him. All right. Well, that's all I have for the day. I hope everybody has a good day. I will not be here tomorrow. Don't forget. I will be here on Friday. Tomorrow I'm very, 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 very busy. I have 3 different things to do. So that's what we do. That's what we do, peoples. Have a good day. Bye. Bye. Bye.